Everyone, my name is Arushi Aggarwal and I'm a freshman at West Windsor Plainsboro High School South. And today I'm going to be talking about education for underprivileged kids powered by artificial intelligence. So let's first talk about the base of my research. So what I first did, I found some charts on English proficiency score and compared to for each country and compared to the national income per year. So as you can see, there's actually a very strong correlation between English proficiency score and national income per year. So if you take a country, suppose like Panama, on average, their score is really low, which results in their national income per year to be low too. And they're actually at quite a disadvantage compared to, suppose, Singapore, where their English proficiency score is really high, just like their national income. And based on further research, I realized English proficiency score also results in the living standards of a country overall, which also affects the living standards of a country. For example, Guatemala, they also have a really low English proficiency score, which results in their human development index overall to be low compared to, suppose, Norway. Now, before we get started, I want to talk about the process that I'll be going through, which is the design thinking process. And the first step of that I'll be taking is the problem definition. So in this, now what's the challenge? Overall, in so many underdeveloping countries, there's a very much of a lack of English-speaking teachers. Students definitely get to have proper education, but doesn't mean that they get to have the best possible education, because the teachers over there are they're lacking the material to teach the students. And in addition to that, parents are not well educated enough in English to help their kids in their school assignments. And on top of that, the educational resources like textbooks, study materials are extremely limited. Now, and what's my goal? My goal is to have all these underprivileged kids have the best education possible so they can succeed in life no matter what. Now, let's take a step back and talk about what artificial intelligence really is. So artificial intelligence can range from conversational bots like Alexa and Google Home to robotics where cognitive science is used so machine can interact with humans, to revolutionizing car travel with autonomous vehicles, and to what we're going to be focusing on today, computer vision. And in that, through AI, we can detect text and objects and images. So what my solution basically is that I will be taking assignments of kids and I will add Vision API and optical character recognition to detect the text in those assignments and convert them into machine readable format. After that, on top of that, I'll be putting the grammar app, Python-based grammar app, and then converting into an app engine which will actually correct the spelling mistakes, the grammar mistakes in the children's assignment so they can further improve their English. This will all be part of cloud because cloud is easy to use, it works in real time, and this is highly scalable, which means it can extend to multiple languages. So I will briefly go over this, but through my assessment, I realized the Google Cloud platform is the perfect fit for my project because it has great vision APIs and it has a very friendly app engine. So prototyping. So I actually partnered up with an NGO in India called Teach for India. I talked to one of their spokesperson and they're really interested in helping my project come to life. So what I did is I picked a state in India. I picked the age group of 10 to 13 because in that age group, the children usually have stable handwriting. So it would be easier for my Vision API to recognize the text in it. And then I picked my sample data of 250 assignments. And now that data will be divided into testing data and then the experimental group, which will be tested for accuracy, to test the model for accuracy. And just like any other app, I would need a success criteria, like the accuracy of my computer vision should always be 90% and above. And the accuracy of the grammar package, which is correcting the grammar mistakes, should be 90% above too. And then the app rating, the user-friendly app rating, should be 4 stars and above. Now, Now my result would look something like this. So an example that this is the assignment from one of the students. As you can see here, there's text, there's some images, and then in the app, when they're taking the picture, it will convert this into machine readable format with the computer vision with OCR. And then that will be like, you know, there's a US flag, there's some stars, and this is the text. And after that, with my grammar app, they can, in the red, you can see that they made the grammar mistakes. So the student can realize what mistakes they made. So in the future, they can improve on this. And the impact that I'm making with this is unspeakable because there's so many students now in underdeveloping countries that can have access to good quality education. And you know, they can improve their further education with this OCR app. All right. Thank you.
So I have a question. You were saying you were trying to be 90% accurate for the grammar correction. 90% compared to what? Were you the 100% and you were doing it by hand afterwards, or how would you compare it to get?
So for it to be 90%, actually, so how it works is that would need the data sets. And then as I keep training with the more data that I have, and the more I can train my model, and so as much data as I get, it will actually train the model to be the best as it can. So if I get like as much data as I can, and if I look at it and say that, well, this didn't correct that, this didn't correct this spelling mistake, which means the grammar, you know, the success criteria for the grammar is quite low. And on top of that, I'll keep training it more and more, so the success criteria can go high, and then I can, you know, that this grammar is not correcting this, how can I fix this with more data?
Same thing with the optical character.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You have to just
keep training it, yeah.
Multiple iterations.
Did you give any we're looking at the chart on where Singapore was the outlier.
Yeah.
Did you give any consideration to the fact Singapore has a literacy rate of 100%, which makes them outstanding in a particular area, not necessarily English. So that literacy, did you ever consider the factor of literacy in terms of just looking at the data?
So when I was looking at this type of data, I was actually looking at the overall English proficiency score, not that their language, if that's what you mean. Like in overall, like Singapore actually, it looks like from United Nations, like it has a quite a high English proficiency score overall in their country, overall in reading and writing, so which realized their national income to be high too. Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's a fascinating app, and I wish you all the best wishes to get there. In fact, make it all happen. When you work, my question is, when you worked to connect with the NGO in India,
Yeah.
have you given thought? No, stay on those graphs.
Okay.
Have you given thought? So we get your app all distributed, and the students are all using it. And in 10 years, have you had any thought about how you would see where India is on the map, how it would move or change? Can you talk to us about that?
So like I said before, this project is highly scalable.
Yeah.
So right now, due to like the resources that I have, I sort of have to stay in like, I definitely will reach out to like more countries, and like as I talk to Teach Up India, we'll get like more assignments from that country, and then because of that, their overall score can definitely start to increase. Like maybe in the chart, their English proficiency score will start to increase, and based on that, their economy, and so on and so forth. Like this is just the beginning, and then later on, this project can with more assignments, more data, this project can be really like scalable.
Yeah, fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.